Everyone, and welcome to the Virtual College Exploration here, hosted by the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling. My name is Bobby Anderson. I'm with the St. Francis University here in Loretto, Pennsylvania. Joining me is also Mr. Andrew Stopko with St. Francis Office of Admissions. Just for all of you joining us here this evening, or even if you're checking out the rebroadcast through YouTube, there again, welcome to St. Francis. We're very happy to have you, and we hope that the information provided through this presentation is helpful and informative. For those joining us live here this evening, just a couple of notes here. You may notice that your chat has been disabled. That's through our partners through StriveScan. They wanted to make sure that we have access to the Q&A option, so you can see the Q&A button in your toolbar is where you can post any questions you may have. And then either Andrew or myself will be able to see those questions and direct a response back to you. So therefore, your camera and microphone are turned off for this Zoom webinar. Of course, you can sign up for more sessions. There are more virtual college info nights and other presentations going on. You can see the menu of offerings there at pacac.org/virtual, as well as at the same site is where you can find recordings of all the sessions that have been going on over these last several weeks. I'm going to stop sharing the screen just momentarily while I bring up my other presentation. That was the information provided to us from PACAC and StriveScan for tonight's presentation, but of course we're here to talk to you about St. Francis University. Let me bring that screen up. And we're ready to go here. Okay, Andrew, thumbs up if you can see the presentation. Awesome. All right. Well, if you have not had the opportunity to visit us here in Loretto, St. Francis is on top of a beautiful mountaintop vista. So you definitely got to come check us out. If you like the great outdoors, the fall foliage right now, campus is absolutely beautiful. So definitely take in the scenery, the great outdoors. And at the end of the presentation, we'll provide you some additional information on how to schedule your own visit there. This quote here comes directly from our university president, Father Malachi Van Tassel. And this actually comes from a video that I'm going to share here in just a moment. So you might actually see or see the part where Father Malachi does share this quote. But this really sums up kind of our mission and who we are to be as our faculty, staff, and administrators towards our students here. But Father Malachi so eloquently put that when a student comes to St. Francis University, they come with gifts and talents that are unique to them. It is our role to help those students become the person they are meant to be. And as we go through the presentation here this evening, you'll see elements of exactly what Father Malachi meant in those words. So again, I'm going to change over what I'm presenting here. And bring up our YouTube video. Perhaps you've seen it, perhaps it is new to you, but we like to share it with everyone that we meet with. We think it sums up very well, there again, who we are as an institution. So I'm going to mute myself here and let you enjoy just this 3-minute video that really explain who we are as a university. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed the video. A few of you did indicate having some audio issues there. So we just want to remind you that you can find that video on YouTube, just simply searching for Become That Someone. And you'll find that video, can watch it. It's only 3 minutes long. So if you were unable to hear the video, some of you had indicated that was the case, you could catch that video on YouTube there. So again, who is St. Francis University? Where is it? Tell us all about it. That's what we're here to do. St. Francis University is one of the oldest Catholic universities in the nation. And according to our research, we've determined that we were within the first 20 Catholic institutions founded in the United States, but we were the first founded in the US on the Franciscan intellectual tradition, or the Franciscan tradition as a whole. And that really follows the teachings and the charism of St. Francis of Assisi. And so we were founded in 1847 by 6 Irish friars, and those same principles that they used to establish the university have been guiding us ever since. And here's just a quick little look at the information about St. Francis University. Let me pull up my screen here so you guys can see that. We summarize it in our Franciscan goals of higher education. So you can see them listed there. And also, you know, the words that you see bolded there, faith, generosity, respect, discovery, and joy, are really what we believe are kind of the outcomes of those Franciscan goals of higher education. So when you come to St. Francis with your unique talents and gifts, you engage in the mission of who we are as a university. These are the things that we feel confident that will be imparted on you as graduates throughout your experience here. And so it does run very deep in our culture. We believe that things like this are what attract so many students, faculty, and staff to Loretto because they believe, like we believe, that really life is about making a difference in the lives of others. So you see behind me in my virtual Zoom background here, our tagline of Become That Someone. And you saw that through the video. That has an origin story. Become That Someone really does summarize for us our mission, our values, our goals, but there is a story that really perfectly illustrates that notion of what does it mean to become that someone that you were called to be, that you are meant to be. And so pictured here on your screen, you can see two gentlemen. I'm looking in the upper left here. The wheelchair-bound gentleman is Mr. Maurice Stokes. Maurice was a student at St. Francis in the 1950s. He graduated from St. Francis with an economics degree. He came to St. Francis by way of Pittsburgh, but upon graduation, he was a very, very talented basketball player. And he went on to enjoy a career in the professional league just before the NBA was established, right around that time. So it was the Professional Basketball Association at that time. And the gentleman to his right is Mr. Jack Twyman, was a teammate of his on the team that was then called the Cincinnati Royals. It was during one particular game that Maurice had gone up for a layup. His legs were taken out from under him. He fell and hit his head and was knocked unconscious for a while. Was treated and eventually came back into the game, finished out the game. And on the flight home from that game, started experiencing cold chills and convulsions, really, you know, just a very strong negative reaction to the injury he had sustained to his head. And it ended up just kind of becoming this debilitating condition throughout the remainder of his years. And when he got to that state where he could no longer care for himself, his teammate, Jack Twyman, realized he really didn't have any other family or friends that could take care of him. And so Jack Twyman and his family at that time in the 1960s took responsibility as legal guardians for Maurice and cared for him through the rest of his days. So imagine, if you will, in the 1960s, this interracial relationship and fellowship that existed. It is so poignant at that time and even today's time. So it really is a beautiful story of that sense of brotherhood. And the quote that you see in the upper right portion of the screen was during a speech that Jack Twyman gave while Maurice was being inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. And just kind of, they're again illustrating that relationship. Jack Twyman said, Maurice was on his own, something had to be done and someone had to do it. So I became that someone. This story and this relationship is chronicled so very well in a book that was written by our communications professor here, Dr. Pat Farbaugh. That book is available for purchase online, but really there again illustrates so well this awesome relationship. But it goes beyond just St. Francis. Obviously, to become that someone tagline through the words of Twyman, but that relationship of Maurice Stokes and Jack Twyman has permeated the university and the world of sports. The main image that you're seeing there is actually the Twyman Stokes Teammate of the Year award that has now been given out by the National Basketball Association, the NBA, to a worthy player for the last 7 years. And so each year, the NBA takes a vote, a poll among all players to determine who among them best exemplifies that level of sportsmanship and sense of being a tremendous teammate. So there again, beyond just St. Francis, beyond just the foothills of Loretto, Pennsylvania, but all the way into the world of professional sports. So that's something we're very proud about. There again, some basic information about the university if you're not very familiar with us. There again, our campus information, we have about 600 acres of rural mountaintop vista. So we are a very rural setting on top of a mountain. So there again, if you like the great outdoors, or maybe you've never experienced it before, but you'd really like your college experience to kind of be in a retreat-like setting, you might want to check out St. Francis. We have a beautiful campus. You can see our enrollment figures there. So we are a very small school by design, and we're happy about that. But you can see our undergraduate and graduate populations. You can see the breakdown of genders, female and male there, and also how many programs we have between bachelor's, master's, and doctorate programs. So we are a comprehensive university. Our first year retention rate sits at about 85, and actually recently it's gone up to about, I think, 87%. So that's very encouraging. And if you're not familiar with what that terminology is, retention rate, that's the percentage of freshmen that continue on into their sophomore year at that same institution. So of our freshman class, on average, 85 or even now 87% of our freshmen return. When you compare institutions, that's something that you may want to pay attention to, because that says a lot about the overall level of satisfaction and support that students feel during their freshman year, which motivates them to want to continue there. So 85, 87% is actually extremely high when you're comparing against other institutions. So definitely something to look out for and compare. There again, graduation rate. This comes to us from the last 5-year average, but more recently we're at 72%. There again, that's the number of students who graduate after starting at their institution. So that's a very strong number for St. Francis as well, and maybe something that you'll want to compare against while you're looking and exploring other colleges. Student to faculty ratio, obviously being a small school, you're going to have that personalized, individualized attention from your faculty. You're being taught by the faculty, many of whom hold terminal degrees. So you're not in an auditorium of 300 or 400 students being taught by a teacher's assistant. You're in a smaller class. There again, you can see our average class size just a little bit under 20 there. And you're being taught by, there again, the professor, the one who has spent the majority of their adulthood researching and teaching their particular field. So that's who you want to learn from, right? You can see the number of full-time faculty. Our placement rates, there again, another statistic that you may want to look at comparing. This is the percentage of students upon graduation either find full-time gainful employment or are in graduate school after graduation. So you can see 96% of our graduates are either employed or in grad school within 6 months, and then 99% within 9 months. So all but a guarantee here at St. Francis that you will be employed or in graduate school within that time frame there. We are largely a residential campus with 85% of our students living right here, either through university-owned or operated facilities, and about the other 15% commuting from local communities. Our athletics, a lot of people are surprised to know this, but we are actually a Division I institution. So we have 21 teams that compete in the Northeast Conference, and that population of student athletes makes up about a third of our total student body. Greek life is oftentimes something very popular in the college experience, and so we get a lot of questions on Greek life, if that is an option here at St. Francis. Yes, it is. We have 12 organizations, of which some are international affiliation, some are national, and some are just locally affiliated here at St. Francis alone. But combined, that population makes up just under a quarter of our student body. So very active between Greeks and athletes, but also the other clubs and organizations, very active, vibrant student body. There again, when you compare that to our residential campus, a lot of students living here and really engaging with one another through their various opportunities. These next 4 slides really kind of go hand in hand together. So the first of the 4 is what we call design for focused learning. This really gives you a sense of the academic structure here at the university. All of our majors and disciplines are organized within these 4 schools. You have the Shield School of Business, which does house your traditional business programs, your accounting, your marketing, your finance, your management, business analytics, global business management, all of those kinds of things, in addition to communications and criminal justice. So that's all housed in our Shield School of Business. The School of Health Sciences and Education, there again, we're very well known for our physician assistant program, the 5 years master's program. We've been ranked #1 in the nation for our nursing program, our BSN. So that's housed there, obviously. Exercise physiology, our 6-year doctoral of physical therapy program, occupational therapy, as well as education, social work, psychology, really any of the programs that complete either a professional certification or licensure are located there in the School of Health Sciences and Education. The School of STEAM, many of you are probably familiar with that acronym, but in case you are not, there again, STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so really the premise there is to kind of look at both the analytical as well as the creative and bringing that together, kind of like how the left and right hemispheres of the brain work, where you have an analytical and a creative side. So when you put the two together, particularly in the areas of technology and engineering and the sciences, that's where breakthrough and innovation is most likely to occur, is when you have the analytical skills met with the creative skills as well. So that's where you'll find, your biology, your chemistry, your pre-med, obviously engineering, computer science, cybersecurity, as well as all your traditional humanities like history and languages, political science, all those programs there. So all kind of combined and housed within the School of STEAM. And then finally, being 2020, nearly 2021, the world of technology, being able to provide education no matter where you are. Francis Worldwide is our worldwide online school for undergrad, for master's degree completing education, a lot of opportunities and a lot of options there through that school. So we are obviously, as you can see here through this structure, designed for focused learning. The other aspect of that is here at the university, because of our mission and values, we truly believe in educating the whole person, not just the intellect. So you can see here several dimensions of the holistic educational experience that you'll receive here at St. Francis. So obviously, being a Catholic and faith-based institution, your spiritual and existential development is very important to us. Going on to the academic and intellectual, obviously, as an institution of higher learning. The communal and relational, how we live together in community and relate to one another, very important. And so there will be opportunities for you to engage in that aspect of your personal growth and development. Ethical and moral, certainly, across all disciplines, you'll be engaged in those kinds of discussions and debates on what does it mean to be an ethical and moral person, particularly when it relates to decision making. Professional and occupational, it's more than just getting a degree, but it's being prepared to apply that in the real world beyond graduation. So certainly there are a lot of opportunities for professional and occupational development there. And then finally, social and emotional, being able to better understand ourselves, better understand others, and how we interact. So there again, designed for structured learning while educating the whole person. A lot of this is accomplished through our transformational experiences. Certainly what you receive inside the classroom is vitally important, but it's just as important for what you're going to gain and experience outside of the classroom. So here you can kind of see a wheel of different opportunities that we really heavily promote here at the university. We call them our transformational experiences because research has shown that it's these types of experiences that truly do transform learners into becoming much more well-rounded kind of whole persons, as I mentioned in the previous slide there. So things like internships are very important. We want you to take advantage of the internship opportunities. It's gaining that experience before you graduate and look for your first full-time professional opportunity. And sometimes that's challenging. You go into an entry-level position and it's already asking for experience. Well, how can you get some of that experience? Something like an internship is going to be able to provide that. An opportunity to study abroad, live temporarily in another country among another culture. Very, very important. And the national average for college graduates with a study abroad experience hovers around 10 to 11%. Here at St. Francis, we're nearly 3 times that at 30%. So about 30% of our graduates do have a study abroad experience prior to graduation. So something we're very, very proud about. A number of opportunities there to study and travel all over the world. The next two, community service and campus ministry, really kind of go hand in hand, particularly at a faith-based institution. So obviously the campus ministry portion, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Christian, whether you're no denomination, agnostic, atheist, whatever, we want to make sure that you are growing in your spirituality. And so campus ministry is there to provide a lot of services, a lot of opportunities for you to grow, particularly in your relationship with God. And certainly community service to give back to the local community, a lot of opportunities that are provided to students through there. Our Greeks are well known for their commitment to service. All of our athletic teams do significant service out in the community. And then there are a lot of other opportunities, including community engaged coursework. So that's where your faculty will outreach to the local community, find an area, a community partner who maybe is working with people who have a particular need. And if that ties into the coursework, then the faculty member and that community partner do kind of come to an agreement that this is what we're going to do with our students. So the students have the opportunity to learn in the course about how to best impact the community. But the best thing is they go out and they actually apply it. And they can see their impact in real time, having real results for real people. So, really talking about the impact of learning, having those community engaged courses really do provide those opportunities there. Leadership is something we want all students of all disciplines to have some familiarity with and some skill level with as well. So leadership goes beyond just being the president or captain of an organization, but really is about your ability to impact a team, impact a group of people who can come together, collaborate, communicate effectively, and make something happen. So really, it's the sum of all the parts, not just the individual leader, but what a leader's impact among a group of people really is about. And so we feel that's important regardless of your academic discipline. And so we want you to engage in those opportunities as often as you can. And then finally, the component there is undergraduate research. Here at St. Francis, you have the opportunity to get involved with research as early as your freshman year. And that is quite an opportunity when you think about it, that prior to graduation, you might have the opportunity to be published, have your research published, meaning that other people who are doing similar research could be citing you at some point, and saying that you were the one that inspired their work or contributed to their research. So that's a pretty big deal to be able to contribute to the world of knowledge about any particular subject or topic area. So those are the transformational experiences that we very much promote and encourage students to take advantage of here. So there again, 3 slides back, talk about how we're designed for structured learning, how we educate the whole person through these transformational experiences. And you can see at the end of the day, we're producing remarkable results. And these are some of the more recent distinctions and accolades that we've received. We're very proud about. You can see different things from just being a college of distinction to being ranked in the U.S. News and World Report as one of the best institutions, being top ranked for nursing, certainly a college of distinction as being a Catholic institution for career development, and then also being a military-friendly institution receiving the Gold Award, putting us in the top 10 schools there. So there again, all those things really kind of a design that lead us to these remarkable results, really first and foremost stemming from who we are as an institution and those Franciscan goals of higher education. So the process, it's very important to know the process of St. Francis University. Seems like a type of school that fits what you're looking for in terms of size, in terms of location, in terms of our mission and what you will receive as being a student here. This is the team that's going to assist you and guide you along the way to realizing that opportunity and that dream to enroll here at St. Francis. From our visit coordinator, Jenna Myers, to our admissions counselors, Mr. Stopka, who's on the line here with us this evening, And the rest of the team, we're here and available, and we want you to connect with us as early and often as you can so that we can guide you and assist you and answer any questions you might have. But really, the process is pretty simple. Obviously, it starts with the application. That's the best first way to kind of get started with enrolling at St. Francis. We want to make sure that you understand how simple of a process that really is. Our application is online and available right now. You can either apply through our website or the Common App. We accept either one. And we do not charge for either application. So whether it's ours through our website or through the Common App, there's no charge to apply to St. Francis University. So you can apply online, send us your official transcripts. And if you have test scores, send those our way. If you don't, many of our programs are test optional for this upcoming fall semester, the fall 2021. So if any of our more competitive programs like your physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, nursing, and our new 3+1 accelerated MBA programs, those all still do require ACT and SAT scores. But if you're looking for our other general programs, we do not require it. So just indicate that on your application that you would like to be reviewed as test optional, and we'll go ahead and do that. We process completed applications daily. So if you do indicate to us that you are test optional, we review those every Friday. But if you do forward us your transcripts and you have test scores, we're processing those daily. So that's the process of getting admitted, pretty straightforward. And there again, any questions or if you want additional information, you can always reach out to our admissions team. Similar process is obviously funding the education. So here is where you're going to get into your financial aid. Now, upon receiving your admittance letter from the university, you're also going to receive your merit scholarship. And that's really the foundation or the first piece of your total financial aid package. So you get your merit scholarship upon your application, but then that's just the first piece. The rest of it comes through the financial aid process that we're going to review here. So the first thing that you want to do, if you have not done already, is apply for a federal ID. And that website is fsaid.ed.gov. And that can provide you your official federal government identification so that you can go on and complete the FAFSA, as you see there in step 2. Our school code, it'll ask you what schools you want to send your FAFSA information to. For us, it's quite simply 003366. So very easy to remember there, 003366. And that way the federal government knows to send us your FAFSA information. Once we receive that information, we're able to process very quickly and turn around your completed financial aid package there. Your admissions counselor will reach out to you. They'll review all that with you and your family, make sure everything looks good to go, and then check mark your education has been funded. Now that FAFSA is available now, opened up a month ago on October 1st. So if you haven't already jumped in there, now's the time to go ahead and do that as well. So we've gone through the application process. We've gone through the financial aid process. So you're admitted, your education is funded. How do we make this thing become a reality? Paying your deposit is the surefire way to go ahead and get the process started. It secures your seat within the class. And then we'll have specialized events coming up for admitted students. So you can look ahead to those, and your admissions counselor will communicate those opportunities for you. During the summer, we have what's called our Summer Orientation and Academic Registration, or SOAR program. That's really an opportunity for you to kind of dot all your I's and cross all your T's and get all the details in place and ready for your full-time enrollment for the fall. And then finally, the fall rolls around next August, you're ready to join the Red Flash family. So that is the process, the application, the financial aid, and then they're making it all come to fruition there. So you can join the Red Flash family and become that someone. So that's really kind of the main information that we had to share with you this evening. I do have a couple other pieces of our website that I wanted to share, but I'll pause for a moment. Andrew, any other comments here about some of the information that we've shared? I know you've been doing this for a number of years, and you, like myself, are also a St. Francis alum. So a lot of opportunities and experiences to share from that perspective as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Bobby. I think, one of the main things that stands out is how simple it is to apply to St. Francis this year. And I know with some of the majors being test optional, and, you could apply and we can give you that decision within a week, which is awesome. And you can, find out that information very quickly at St. Francis. So filling out our own application can take up to 15 minutes. That simple. So that's something I would highly encourage. I know Bobby's going to be sharing some more information about visiting campus as well. But, like I said, it's a smaller university. It's a very family and community like environment. So if you like that style, if you like that hands-on approach, I think St. Francis would be a great fit for someone like that.
Excellent. And there again, Andrew and I are both recipients of the St. Francis experience. Definitely a family feel, certainly a home away from home. And for Andrew and I, we've been fortunate enough to never really leave it. So that's always been nice too. So I do want to share once again a couple of links on our website, very important for you to be familiar with if you are exploring the university and the opportunities there. So first and foremost is our home site, just simply francis.edu. You'll get obviously our main navigation and all the access points there. And so very easy to find. If you're looking for specific programs, specific majors, the program index is a great place to start, and you can find that simply by going over to academics, and right here is program index if you're really not sure where to go, or you can find the different schools that were mentioned in the presentation right here as well. But from the program index, they're again looking for undergraduate programs, whether it be business, health sciences and education, STEAM, or certain topic areas. And then it'll provide this great illustration of all of our various programs, majors, minors, concentrations, specializations, all laid out for you here to peruse and explore on your own and really come to learn more about what's involved. Each one of these programs or links also provides you a downloadable and printable version of a course map so that you can kind of see what your first year courses might look like in those programs, and a lot of additional information as well. So that's always a great site to check out to explore our academic offerings. Nothing, of course, beats a visit to campus. And, in these times of COVID, sometimes that's difficult. We here at St. Francis, we've been proudly doing in-person on-campus visits since early June, and we have continued those. And we've been very active, very busy with our daily visits. So we want to encourage you, if you're within driving distance, or even if you're not in driving distance, we have families visiting us from all 50 states, coast to coast. Actually, I'm thinking next week, I know we have a family coming from Oregon and California. So really we can be accessed at any point. And those are on-campus visits. But of course, we do offer the virtual visits as well. But our visit page is very easy to navigate and see the various options that are available to you. So if you can just look through these different drop downs, you can see that Mondays through Fridays, we do have our on-campus daily visits. You can kind of see what's involved with that. There again, you have the opportunity to meet with an admissions counselor, get a guided walking tour of campus, get to meet with a faculty member from your academic area of interest. And there's opportunities to do additional customization of your day, including maybe if you want to meet with fine arts or our new varsity esports arena, any of those kinds of things, campus ministry. And then also, if you'd like to eat on campus, we're happy to provide you complimentary tickets to our dining hall. So a lot of options there for on-campus daily visits. And then, of course, there are virtual daily visits as well. So very similar. We connect you with one of our admissions counselors for an overview there. You are provided a guided virtual tour with one of our bell tower ambassadors, and as well as a virtual meeting with a faculty member as well. We haven't quite figured out how to give you lunch virtually, but we'll continue working on that. Maybe we'll call on our partners there in the School of STEAM, and they'll be able to assist us there. But we do offer the virtual visits Monday through Friday. We understand sometimes Monday through Friday is not always very feasible for families. Maybe having to get off work for mom and dad, or take additional time off of school. Can be very, very challenging. So we do offer every Saturday a Saturday visit option, very similar to our Monday through Friday options, but now just specifically Saturdays. But there again, you get the same thing. You get information from an admissions counselor, guided walking tour of campus with one of our bell tower student ambassadors, and then a meeting with a faculty member as well. And then, of course, ending with a lunch. It's that Franciscan hospitality. We don't want to send anybody away hungry. We have other events coming up. We had just a couple of these Red Flash preview days. It's our version of an open house. We had a few of those here this semester. We do have one more on campus event coming up on November 21st. So if you are looking forward to meeting the many people here on campus, our faculty, our admissions staff, our students, and want to take in everything there, you can go ahead and sign up for that event. We have a lot happening on that particular day. We're very excited about. If ever you just want to explore campus on your own, we do have a self-guided virtual tour here for you to take advantage. And then finally, the ACT on campus. We understand students are really struggling right now to find testing sites that are not canceling. And so we are proud to be one of the few institutions that are a residual ACT testing site. So that means we can offer the official ACT test right here on campus. Just so you know, a residual ACT means that ACT score can only be used for St. Francis University. So you cannot test here and apply that test score to another institution. So that is the one caveat or distinction of being a residual ACT testing site. But we test Monday through Friday and select Saturdays. So by clicking on that tab, you'll be able to see the menu of options on how to schedule your ACT test here at St. Francis University. So that is really the overview we wanted to share with you this evening. And just happy that you're able to join us here or watching the rebroadcast there through YouTube. But any closing thoughts here, Andrew, before we break away for the evening?
Yeah, definitely. St. Francis offers a lot of opportunities to visit campus in person and virtually. Monday through Saturday, it's available. And I think that's the best way to see St. Francis is if you have the opportunity, definitely come to campus and check us out. You get a personalized visits, set up if you come during the week. You're allowed to talk to faculty, like Bobby said, get a tour, eat lunch. And I think that's something very unique that we offer. And I know a lot of tests are being canceled due to COVID. So, you can take the ACT on campus as well too. Like I said, it's only good for St. Francis, but it's a great opportunity for you to do that and then see campus after. So I would highly encourage students who are interested to come check us out. It's a great opportunity.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you so much. Be sure to check out our website, francis.edu. You can apply at any point. There again, we're processing daily, and we can't wait to see you on campus soon. So thank you so much and have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you.